Ramona, great question. I would like to know also if it is recommended to make daily ab exercises a priority. So here's my whole way of looking at abs, ladies, is I look at it more as our core, right? We want to think of our core. Let me scoot back here, I'll show you. So we think of our core, it's like from the base of our pelvis, our pelvic floor, all the way up underneath our shoulders, right? We don't do a lot of just ab exercises. That's why even specifically in Core Studio, I have a lot of core flows, things like that, because our core is involved in everything. So should you do something every day that activates and stimulates your core? Absolutely 100%. That's why doing these shorter workouts is so effective, because it turns everything on, gets you connected, reminds you to be taller and more lengthened for your day. So when you go into your daily life, other movement that we do, we're moving all the time, whether we realize it or not. We're doing different things. We want that core turned on. The problem with doing traditional ab exercises, like you ladies notice, even when I'm doing flexion, I'm not just jamming my back into the ground, okay? When we do that, we shut off our deep core, we shut off our pelvic floor, we risk worsening back issues. People that already have back pain, it's one of the worst things to do for you because it's weakening your entire core, right? You might be having a really awesome six-pack or strong rectus abdominals, but if we're imbalanced and we have too strong of a rectus abdominals, well, that's where a lot of women end up getting diastasis recti, right? But there's also the piece of the pelvic floor dysfunction and the back pain. So a lot of these movements I'm teaching are just very also functional for helping you to get stronger and more connected. So just be careful you're not overdoing ab exercises, because in all my years of working with clients, I'm always having to undo that thought process of doing lots of ab. So even when we are flexing, notice it's different. When it comes to activating our deep core, again, we're not drawing belly to spine, we're not bracing anything. And I know it's still taught out there, I know it's still being taught in personal training certifications. It's not okay. It's really not, because I find when we actually learn to stop bracing and we learn how to lengthen and zip up lightly, and we learn to connect more lightly, our pain goes away, we get more space, we get better energy flow through our body, we're not so stiff and rigid, and that rigidity basically is where so many people end up with pain and dysfunction. Right? Time and time again, we're helping with women with pelvic floor dysfunction and back pain and diastasis and neck pain and all this kind of stuff. But when we actually take it back, that's why you'll notice when I do some of my movements, they might look a little bit different than what you've done in other Pilates things. And again, it's just that I find that this stuff works really, really well, because we're creating space and strength and not worrying so much about range of motion all the time. We work into that, but we have to be able to feel the right connections. Otherwise, our movement's not really serving us well, right? And so many of you, most everyone who's done any of these workouts all week, you've all said wow, how I didn't know short workouts could be so effective. That's the biggest difference. You're not just going through the motions. I'm cueing you to really think about, what am I doing with my body? Where should I be feeling this, right? And that makes all the difference in the world. So again, if you want to do longer workouts, great. Stack these workouts on top of each other. Do more, right? Whatever, that's fine. But again, at the end of the day, you're better off to do shorter workouts that are more effective than go doing a long 60-minute mindless workout. Yeah, you're burning calories, but are you just going through the motion and using your joints to move you, or are you actually connecting through your fascial system, strengthening your muscles and things like that?